It is funny. I love the YouTube Shorts thing sometimes because you'll just be like doom scrolling a little bit and like random videos will fly up past you, and it occurred to me like one of those clips from Off the Boat that I think his name is Jimmy Lang, the comedian. It's about like I guess his life growing up as a little boy in California with like Chinese American or like Chinese immigrated parents. And the clip that came up was about how his mother got American citizenship by lying on her visa, by claiming she was a teacher. And that was like the dead ringer moment for me because that was when like my ears perked up and I was like, wait a minute. We've had the teacher, like national teacher shortage in America for longer than I've been alive because I'm not sure how old Jimmy Lang is, but he's got to be like 30, right? So he's older than me. So we've had this problem since at least the 1990s, and we are still struggling with the teaching shortage, and we are very much so seeing the like brain drain and like burnout within our education community. And it kind of got me thinking that like I guess the answer could be to like import more teachers, like that's what we did in the past, with the promise of visas and like the promise of building a hospital or like school back in their native country. And that was when another really funny light bulb went off in my mind because that's what happened in the Belly of the Hyena by Niga Metzlekic. I'm sorry, I really am. I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name. I've never heard your name pronounced before. But when he went to high school, there were no chemistry teachers to teach at his high school because we had, like, Western societies had imported all of the educated people out of Ethiopia. And in the place of that, we built them a new high school. And that's like the double edge of like the brain drain. Is like we take their teachers, we build them a high school, but now there are no teachers to teach in there. Like, it's hilarious. I'll go get the book, 1 second. Yeah, it's a good thing I went and got the book because apparently I even got the name wrong. It's Notes from the Belly of the Hyena. You guys saw it. But for the longest time, it was actually on my do not read list because I thought it was going to be like really sad, right? And so when the first time I saw it in like I don't know in like around eighth grade, my eighth grade homeroom teacher Miss Moore had this like little library in her room that like sat behind her desk, behind her chair when you walk in the door. And Notes from the Belly of the Hyena was one book that I stared at and would stare back at me every day. And I was like, that is one book I'm never going to read because it sounds so unbelievably sad. And I was really happy when I came across it at a secondhand bookstore because then I didn't have to feel bad about respectfully paying full price in case I did find it as sad as it might have been. And I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't a slog. Like, the author, Niga Metzlekek, is honestly hilarious. Like, in the first half of the book, genuinely, it's so captivating, and he's so funny and, like, so sly and coy with his humor that, like, it really does make you want to keep reading. But then you get to the second act, and it's such a stark tonal shift that, like, it really, I guess it does make you sad in the end, because like this is literally how it goes. Like he goes to high school, meets the meets the surf farmer kid in his class, and then his classmates in the school join together to start the protest, and then the police beat him, and then he runs home. He joins the revolution. His best friend Juan Woodsinson dies. He leaves the revolution. He goes back home, sees the like disrepair and squalor his family has been living in, and tries his best to like join them, I guess, in their suffering, to like help at least. But that doesn't work because like yeah, misery does love company, but you should also get away from misery. And so he does leave, but the end of the book is just so stark and jarring with how it ends. Like he goes to Canada, his sister Malusi has the baby. I'm sorry, I don't recall what happens to your mother, but I don't feel like it was good. And it's like that's just the end. What happened to baby? Like I enjoy it, but it does make you think like I guess we're going a little bit too fast. But that's when it really pointed out in my head that like there is a double-edged sword to like importing teachers. And like mentally I don't know what kind of peace to make with that, because we do need teachers. Like they have teachers, but like we need teachers. They have teachers. But if we import them, then we're taking rather the teachers who would have taught their generation. And like I was saying, I don't know how to make like my mental peace with that, but I do genuinely stand by my want and desire to publish public school, public education teaching materials for like universal consumption. And so, like, I know it's not, I guess it's not fair, but at least I'm trying, right?